the hall. Please welcome them with a round of applause. Let's start. Good morning and a warm welcome. I, Dr. Nicole Pereira, Joint Organizing Secretary, NAPTICON 2022.
And I, Dr. Reshma Quadros,
welcome you to the first National Annual Conference, NAPTICON 2022, organized by the Department of Pharmacology, Father Muller Medical College, in collaboration with the National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics. Educators, clinicians, researchers, these are just a few roles a pharmacologist play, from understanding disease processes to identifying possible drug targets, to organizing testing, rolling out clinical trials, negotiating complex regulations, licensing, finally treating patients, to eventually healing the lives of many. The roles of a pharmacologist in India and the world are numerous. Keeping this in mind, the National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics, in collaboration with the Department of Pharmacology, Father Muller Medical College, has begun its first innings. Join us today as we begin this journey together.
let us all remain seated as we invoke the blessings of the Almighty with an audio-visual prayer song. I now request Dr. Padmaja Uday Kumar, President NPT and Organizing Secretary of NAPTICON 2022, to kindly escort the dignitaries onto the dais. Reverend Father Richard Aloysius Coelho, Director, Father Muller Charitable Institutions. Our chief guest, Dr. Vijay Kumar, Vice Chancellor Yenapoya deemed to be University. Reverend Father Ajit B. Menezes, Administrator, Father Muller Medical College. Dr. Anthony Sylvan D'Souza, Dean, FMMC. National Coordinator NPT, Dr. C. M. Kamal. Vice President, Dr. S. P. Daneria. General Secretary, Dr. R. K. Dikshit. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, I now request our Dean, Dr. Anthony Sylvan D'Souza, to kindly welcome the gathering.
President of today's inaugural ceremony, Reverend Father Richard Aloysius Coelho, Director, FMCI, Chief Guest, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Vice Chancellor of Yenapoya deemed to be University, all the eminent dignitaries on the dais, all the distinguished gathering in the audience. Good morning and greetings from Father Muller Medical College. At the outset, we are privileged and proud to host the first National Annual Conference of National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics. Father Muller Medical College, Department of Pharmacology, is a constituent of the Father Muller Charitable Institutions. Father Muller Charitable Institutions has a long history of serving this region in the health services for the past 142 years. Having established in the year 1880, the institution has grown tremendously in all academic, educational, and health services. The institution has been led by an able administration taking care of all the needs of the institution, be it hospital services, community services, academic activities, research activities, etc. In fact, we have served the needy, providing quality care, and we are accredited by NABH, NABL, as well as NAG. We were in fact the first ones to achieve these accreditations in this particular region. Catering to a large number of outpatients, having the largest ICU setup is some of our credentials. We have not looked back on compromising any of the services, even if it at the cost of spending money for the needy by providing state-of-the-art equipments in all our departments. We are fortunate to have an able administration looking into all our activities. We have our able, dynamic leader, director of FMCI, who provides all the guidance, all the directions, all with this all leadership qualities, giving importance to all our activities is our beloved director. On this momentous occasion, I, on behalf of all, extend a hearty welcome to you, dear Reverend Father Director. Amidst us is an eminent personality, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Vice Chancellor of Yenapoya, deemed to be University. He is a surgical oncologist by profession, having completed his general surgery post-graduation in 1985. 1993, he achieved his MCH and surgical oncology. In addition to these, he has fellowships from Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons, Glasgow, International College of Surgeons, and American College of Surgeons, USA. He served in the Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology before joining the Yenapoya University. He was the senior resident and occupied various faculty positions, and for the last 5 years of his service, he was the director of the prestigious Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology. He had been the secretary, honorary secretary, and honorary president of the Indian Association of Surgical Oncology at the national level. He was the secretary and later the president of Bangalore Oncology Group. He was the observer in the University of Heidelberg, Germany, France, and Combined Hospitals of London, UK. To his credit, he has more than 50 national and international publications and more than 60 presentations at the national and international conferences. He was invited as a guest of honor by the British Association of Surgical Oncology. He was invited as a faculty as well as an orator for European Society of Surgical Oncology. He was the invited faculty for Brazil Society of Surgical Oncology in the year 2015. He was also the invited faculty by the Chinese Oncology Society in the year 2019. He has been awarded with multiple accolades: Dr. Mahadevan Award in 1994, Terry Fox Project in 2001 by the Canadian Society, and Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. On the occasion of World Health Day, he was conferred with the Professor Emeritus. In addition to this, he has keen interest in serving the community in creating cancer awareness and health promotion. We are really proud of your achievements, sir, and we are pleased to extend you a cordial welcome to this function. I request Reverend Father Ajit Meneges to offer saplings to him as our welcome gesture. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Father. We have been blessed to have an administrator, again looking into all of our academic and extracurricular activities, providing all the inputs as and when needed, directions as required, going through critical analysis of all the events is our able administrator. Administrator of the Father Muller Medical College, who has keen interest in educational and sports and all other activities. On this day, I extend a pleasant welcome to you, dear Father. Amidst us is the architect of today's program in initiating this event and organizing this event is the Professor and Head of the Department of Pharmacology, my colleague, and she also is the National President of NPT and Organizing Secretary of NAPTICON 2022. I extend you a cordial welcome to you, ma'am. We have the Vice President of NPT. He would have come from far. I extend a gracious welcome to you, sir, Dr. S.P. Dhaneria. Dr. C.M. Kamal, we all know, though he is not in pharmacology, he has been very instrumental in organizing this event, and on behalf of all, we welcome you, sir. The General Secretary of NPT is Dr. R.K. Dikshit, and he is with us. A hearty welcome to you, sir. I extend a cordial welcome to Dr. Ratnakar, UP. He has been appointed as the observer for this conference by the Karnataka Medical Council. Welcome to you, sir. I extend a heartfelt welcome to all the management committee members, priests in the management, all the senior faculty members, HODs, HOIs of various institutions to this August gathering. We have many delegates who have traveled from far, and I wish this conference will give you a lot of inputs into the pharmacological aspects in our clinical services. You would have traveled from far, and I am sure you will exchange your views with your senior colleagues, or every one of us have to learn from each other. This is a good time to meet and greet and share and learn. I extend a cordial and warm welcome to each and everyone gathered here, all the delegates. We have amidst us a few of the senior faculty members who would have been the guest speakers and various lectures during these days. Welcome to you, sirs and madams. A heartfelt welcome to all the press and electronic media, all the supporting staff, the logistic team, everyone, a heartfelt welcome to you all. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for that elaborate and a very warm welcome. A deepam signifies knowledge, and lighting it symbolizes awakening the light within us. All our activities should be governed by the light of knowledge, which is the greatest wealth of our lives. It backs our good actions, and with this, I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly light the lamp and inaugurate NAPTICON 2022.
Dipajyotir
Thank you. East Nightingale, a renowned radio program host, said, "Everything begins with an idea, and ideas with action have value." It is my pleasure to welcome one of the founding members of the National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics, Professor and Head, Department of Pharmacology, Government Medical College, Saharanpur, Dr. C.M. Kamal, to give a brief introduction about the association.
Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, esteemed faculty members, my dear colleagues, my potential colleagues of the pharmacology, my postgraduate students, thank you all for being over here. And before I can begin, just give a big hand of applaud to the future of pharmacology. Please, those who are sitting on the back side, please come forward. We have established the association to bridge the gap. Please come forward. Those who are sitting behind, please come forward. Please. All postgraduates, please come forward. So we are starting. I will be giving you some idea about how we have started. Now, before I can go ahead, just I would like to have a little announcement that due to certain COVID conditions, we could not felicitate our president, our first president of the organization, National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics. With the permission of you all, we want to felicitate. Because of the COVID conditions, we could not felicitate, we could not hold an installation ceremony properly. This time, with the permission of you all, I would like that we could felicitate Madam First President of this very energetic lady, and all the time, she is full of energy. We have all seen her talents in academics, but now we are quite confident about her organization skills also, her leadership also. So with the permission of you all, I am just inviting our Vice President, Dr. S.P. Dhaneria, who is also a very senior pharmacologist, to felicitate Madam, to put a cap, a crown on over her head. Thank you. Thank you all for allowing me this small gestures of token of regards for our respected and honorable President, Dr. Padamja Uday Kumar. I'm coming to the introduction of how we have started. So before I can go ahead, I would like to share you all that all this day has become possible because of the constant and without any unconditional support of Father Muller Charitable Institution. We are thankful to them by the core of our heart. All the administrators, including our director, sir, who is putting a lot of energy behind the scene, and he has provided all kind of the support. He has personally taken, and all of the people from the Father Muller Medical College have taken a personal interest of making it a grand event. Thank you all. Now coming to the National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics, we know we have passed through very bad stages, very bad time, and it was the time that COVID was all around prevalent, and we have been holed up in our homes for some time. During that period, we have some challenges, but apart from the challenges, we were having some opportunities too. And at that time, we have utilized that time to start a WhatsApp group where initially there were only few members who are head of the department of different pharmacology institutions, pharmacology departments. This group have gone successful with a very good discipline, and then people have requested me to increase the numbers. Numbers keep on increasing. We were starting with a few, around 25, then rose to 50, then up to 100. I had need to make a lot of efforts. After 100, we have started getting many requested from all over the country, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, to become a member of this group or to the movement that we have called National Pharmacology Movement. We are well aware of the condition of pharmacology in the country. I am not talking about the pharmacology as such in isolation, but the future or condition of the medical pharmacology in the country. So we have taken up the challenge with the both hands, and we have made a pledge that we would rise our specialty, and we are committed to give it a better place, a better recognition that we all are deserving. Our motto in the organization is organization first. We are here all with the blessings, with the cooperation, with the energy of my potential colleague, MD pharmacology students, to promote pharmacology and therapeutics for a better tomorrow. Memberships are already open. We are having a dedicated website, www.nationalpharmacology.org. Anybody can log in and can take through an online payment. With these words, I want to again extend thanks to all the supporters who have joined our movement and made it a successful and grand. Thank you all. Before I can conclude, I have prepared a small video that is dedicated to you all. Video 1, please.
Thank you, sir. A baby's first laugh, their first steps, also the sleepless nights and endless struggles. Milestones. Celebrating milestones is as important as preparing for the road ahead.
The National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics has signed an MOU with the prestigious publication house Walter Kluwer. With this, I now request Dr. S.P. Dhaneria, Vice President NPT, and our esteemed dignitaries to kindly release the official National Journal of Pharmacology and Therapeutics.
Thank you, sir. With this, I now request Dr. R.K. Dikshit, Secretary NPT, to read out the report.
Dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, dear faculty members and dearest students, warm welcome to this city and good morning to all. Now we are here to celebrate our journey which started 1 or 2 years back, and that I'll give brief report within 2 minutes that what we did during that period. So again, this is the re-emphasizing that our motto is just one, that is the organization first, and the second one is that everyone should be benefited. The date of registration was 12 March 2021, and this has been registered, and registration number is given. So we got the PAN card, and anybody who gives money, that is actually in a particular account, and that is auditable, and audit is being done. We have applied for the 20ATC. Website has been launched already, that I have told. And some of the images are that we actually mimic this association with that of the planting. So we just planted. The plant has come up from the ground. Now it will go up and much height, and it will achieve the heights. And PT has sent some of the suggestions also to the National Medical Council for the regulation of the medical pharmacology curriculum. And we are fortunate that Dr. Dinesh is here, and he is actually the chairperson of that committee which actually modified all the MD pharmacology curriculum. So big round of applause. And most of the suggestions they have actually considered. Academic activities are ongoing process, and that we take regularly. And one of the most important academic activity which was conducted by organizing secretary Dr. Ganesh Dakle, and this was a big success. And the success can be seen, success can be appreciated because we have to close the registration. Otherwise, most of the time we ask for the registration. Here the opposite was happening. We were having a proper label over the website. Now the registrations are closed because the management of the big crowd was being difficult. National Online GCP workshop was being conducted, and we can see that Dr. Savita Verma was one of the speakers, and she actually gave a lot of effort during the COVID vaccination. Then CBMA Series 3, again this was a big hit. And now we are having first NAPTICON 2022, and during that we are honored to have our Lifetime Achievement Award personality, Don, in the pharmacology, and that I will not announce because some bigger authorities should announce. But you can get the hint also. You can get the hint, okay? So Spotlight, this is one of the wonderful idea created by Dr. Kamal, that Spotlight is some of the persons are doing wonders in the pharmacology, but they remain ignored. They don't get appreciation from others. So what he thought, that a spotlight will actually focus over that person regarding their achievement, and by that achievement, the others may get inspired. So that's how the spotlight and this activity is big success, and that has created awareness about the new things, what the new generation can do. These are some of the spotlight active persons who actually received, and I am fortunate that my HOD was one of them, Dr. Amos Achan. Sir, Dr. Amos Achan, he was one of the person. Then Madam Sneha Amwani and many others. So they were actually, and they were the achievement by them that was shown in that particular slide, so that the others can be motivated. This is the RS factor, and that is a great effort by the Dr. Susil, he is not here. Okay, so he is the brain behind this RX factor, and this is published. This is actually online journal, and that small token journal, and that actually gives some of the recent advancements in the pharmacology. Now, whatever we have seen just now, the Dinesh Badiyal, actually he is the core person who will make this journal international level, and he is the chief editor-in-chief of this journal of our society. The live membership is open. Anybody can go and log on with the website and get the live membership. So with these words, I thank personally Dr. Padmaja Uday Kumar ma'am, who is guiding force behind it, because nobody was coming forward in the first to tackle the first one, because the first step in anything becomes the most difficult. She is the lady who actually accepted, okay, I am coming forward and I'll do. And madam, we are thankful to you. Thank you. And I am thankful to all the administrators of Father Muller Medical Trust, all the delegates coming from various parts of the body, and dearest student, enjoy these 2 days. Have some positive energy, and when you return back, then you will actually utilize that energy in your back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request our chief guest, Dr. Vijay Kumar, Vice Chancellor Yenapoya deemed to be University, and our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly release the souvenir, NAPTICON 2022.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. At least we should wake up in the morning. Many times, anyway, I have to tell the so-called backseaters, he was going on asking you to come forward. I have never come forward in the college. I was a backseater, sleeping all the time, so I'm sure you will become Vice Chancellor. Before I start, because I was just thinking of myself when I was an MBBS student, that's why I said. So we have to do certain things at the same time, right? You cannot be more mature than when you are supposed to be immature. So how do we expect that to happen? I don't know. Then I was suddenly remembering about a saying about teenagers. Teenagers are not so good, so old to do what adults do. They are not so young to do what children do. So they do what nobody does. In fact, all students do that, whether they are teenagers or not. So that students have to do certain things as students. They cannot become teachers. Then why we should be here? So I'm happy to be here, and I'm thankful to the organizing committee to have invited me. Respected Reverend Father Richard and all other dignitaries in the dais, particularly the organizing committee and the NPT office bearers, the invited guests, speakers, students, and my dear friends. In fact, they have introduced me as a surgical oncologist, you know it. So I was just thinking that many people will think that surgeon means you have to cut and stitch. Unfortunately, we have to prescribe also. So there is a pharmacology in everywhere, right? So I was thinking why they called me. Then probably they are probably trying to tell me that I also should start prescribing, not only just cutting and stitching. And that too, we are using robo. Then they think that we are not doing surgery also because robot does surgery. That is the problem here nowadays. And I was just thinking when I came here for national, very seriously I was thinking, in fact it was addressed by both the people in their own way, but I am going to address in my way. Many of the postgraduates, MBBS students do not take MD pharmacology. It's one of the few subjects which remains vacant. I was wondering why. Many times this I have addressed in my own university. I am the Vice Chancellor for about 7 years now. So I was just thinking that is a change in the thinking pattern of the current generation rather than anything else. If I may say that, you just imagine in my days, that is, I passed out from Madras University in 1979. At that time, the moment you pass out, you will be jumping at only one post-graduation. That is, they used to think the bright students will take medicine, the next people group will go to pediatrics, then the surgeons, then the OBG, and nothing beyond that. That is how we used to think, because probably at that time we were very passionate and immature, unlike the mature students of present day. Meaning, you see how the seats are getting filled now. Then you will understand what I am talking. MD radiodiagnosis, MD dermatology, they are the so-called top two getting filled fast, and also if you are in a deemed university, probably much more fees you have to pay than even the MD general medicine or MD surgery. Have you ever thought why? I don't know whether anybody has thought, teachers or the students, why? I seriously thought of this, and I thought it is a changing trend that our generation of students who are coming out now, they are not trying to become doctors out of passion to the profession, but out of passion to something else. Less work, more money. And that is possible in subjects like radiodiagnosis and dermatology. No emergency. I have to, believe me, during my residency, I have never seen sunrise or sunset. That need not be done. What sunrise or one sunset? You can have 4 days a week, 5 days a week, sit at home and give the reports today. I'd have to go and operate even today. But there, even in emergency radiodiagnosis, today they can sit at home and do it. PACS is available, etc. So the trend change is because of the change in thinking pattern of an ordinary average MBBS student. He wants to earn more, work less. I may be provokingly talking, but think about it, that is how it is. Otherwise, there is no need for them to take suddenly a clinical subjects like radiodiagnosis and MD, dermatology became much more fruitful or useful, you are thinking? The answer is no. The second aspect is no emergency, I already told. Third is less responsibility, less risk. So they don't want to take that. The moment I take the knife, I know I am having not only risk on that patient and risk on myself with all our Consumer Protection Act, etc. coming. So already radiodiagnosis, I don't know how many of you have seen, the note below will say, correlate, this is only an image. So that means I have to answerable, not the radiologist who is giving the report. So this is how the trend is changing. When it is changing this trend, I'm not asking somebody to contest that or say, no, you have to reverse, you should become a surgeon. I'm not talking that. This is the correct time where the faculty members of the pharmacology and therapeutics and the association should think deeply how to take advantage of this chain trend. Make them come to pharmacology. Don't you understand? There is no risk. There is no responsibility. There is no patient. But there is enough money. Do you know pharmaceuticals today are making much more money anybody else? I don't know how many of you know the data also. I don't come prepared for a talk. But you know, if you look at top 10 people who have done good in our country, I'm talking about money, the second and the eighth you go and see is pharmaceutical company. So pharmaceutical company will make money, but the pharmacology will not make money. How is that? You are going to be a part and parcel of that. You take the pharmacology today, you can become a teacher, you can become anything, including an entrepreneur. But you don't want to. We don't want to go beyond a small template which you have put for ourselves and then keep cribbing that there is no employment. Where is no employment? I don't know whether you know. Everybody is jumping towards from 150 seats to 250 seats. There's a lot of employment again. So I'm telling you seriously. So talking about this to the MD people has got no meaning. They've already taken up. I am talking to the teachers and the association. Think deeply about it. How to make and attract the students of MBBS level to take up MD pharmacology. There's a lot of scope. I am repeatedly telling you, a lot of scope is there in the pharmaceutical companies, in the colleges, anywhere else. You don't want, you come to me, I'll make you an entrepreneur. I don't know whether you know. There are something called as entrepreneurship is coming up. The startup companies are coming up. For example, NAPTICON has got a technology incubator. We are ready to take you. You come with an idea, we'll make you an entrepreneur. You are going to be a billionaire. I continue to be a poor VC. Right? That is how we are going to be. But think about it much bigger. Don't have that old-time idea of that, no, I don't want to. What you don't want to? You have now 9 to 4 job. You will be with your family. No risk, no responsibility, but still make more money. That is what we wanted to, this generation. So that is what you have to kindle at the level of the MBBS when you are starting to take classes for them. When you are taking classes for them, see how we all MBBS when started talking about surgery, medicine, I told you. How? It was teachers who inspired us. It was the teacher whom probably I got attracted to, that he is doing good surgery, I should become a surgeon. That is all. It is as simple as that at that time. But today, I told you, the students are much more matured. They think much more vividly. And for example, at the age of 12 and all, they are able to commit suicide, which I did not know how to commit suicide at the age of 12. Now they are able to do. So vividly they are thinking, they are exposed so much. And so deep they are able to think. And if my father hits me, probably I would have cried 1 day or 1 hour. Whereas today they are committing suicide. I am not joking. So much maturity is occurring at the age of 10 and 15 and 20 years, which we did not. So much of exposure you got. Take advantage of that, and I would request 2 things from the teachers as well as the association is, please take a leaf out of what we have done. I am not joking here. Now, I'm in a serious tone I'm talking. That, for example, the horrible reports were coming from cancer pathology. I was getting irked as a personally. But I took it up with the National Cancer Grid. Now I am running a school, traveling school of oncopathology. I go with my pathology colleagues all over and teach the pathology students at MD first year level what I expect from them from oncopathology. What has resulted in? Then it has resulted in a better movement towards the oncopathology. Then I came back here and I started a fellowship in oncopathology. Now I have started the DM oncopathology. First time in the country, a medical college hospital is getting. Till now it was only in the regional cancer centers like Tata Memorial, Kidwai, etc. There is a way to do certain things and we have to do. There is no way you can tell, for example, I'm going to contradict. Anyway, I have to provoke and I'll run away this way. They don't know me. So they are telling organization first. I don't agree. I have been ISO secretary, I have been ISO president, I have been everything. It is member first. It is member first. You are doing your post-graduation not for drug first, patient first. It is for the patient we are trying to treat, not treatment first. I don't know whether I am able to express what I am trying to express. Treatment is a secular of our treating people. People have to get treated. Not that this is very important. I'm telling you in oncology, for example, if a patient goes to radiotherapy, they'll give radiotherapy. The patient goes to medical oncology, is caught with chemotherapy. They give any number of hours because there is nothing to like stopping them. Radiotherapy, at least they have to stop. If it comes to me, I will do surgery. Is this the way? But it is the patient-centric centric treatment has to come forward. Same way, instead of talking to the people after becoming MD to get registered, I would request the association to go to the MBBS students to make them come to the MD. That is my request. Right? There is no point in talking to already you're committed. Already they are committed. They were already MD. Whether they like it or not, they will come and curse you and sit with you. No. I am talking about people who have to do that from the MBBS level. You motivate them. You inspire them. That we don't do. Right? As teacher I am talking. We don't do. We come in a very crab way, take down. Same thing. I have read 2 books still I remember in pharmacology. Lawrence and Shatoshkar. You ask me now also, I'll repeat what is written in Lawrence without even knowing what is written. See, that is how we have been taught. You read, remember and reproduce. Knowing is not a different issue, but reproducing and getting marks is issue. Otherwise, I would not become a surgeon. I know it. Whether I like pharmacology or not, I have to pass. If I don't pass, I cannot get a degree. That is the way we are teaching today. Now I am attacking teachers. What to do? I am VC, So, I have to. How many of you are passionate teachers? How many of you are teaching passionately to see that you inspire and motivate the students? Ask yourselves. Ask yourselves. Dr. Badmaja will be wondering, she did a mistake of calling me. What to do? Mic has been given, now she cannot take it out. You have to listen because you cannot run away. But the fact remains that the teachers are losing their importance because they don't teach well. Today, I used to say, when I was assistant professor, every student crossing me will say, good morning, sir. As a VC, nobody does. So that is how it is happening. So much of interest and respect we are now getting from the students, for which we are responsible, not the students. Students are students. Because I have to give a pass, they know, at least for that they have to get up. Now they are not bothered. Because they know they can Google and read. That is the idea. They can go to Google and read, they can YouTube and read. Why this fellow is coming telling the same crap. Pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics, nothing enters my head, what is there? But how to make it interesting? How to make it interesting and motivate them is what the teachers should know. They cannot be talking about how to make a pot out of a pot. You have to talk thinking about how to make a pot out of mud. Mud is at the MBBS level, not at the MD level. They are already committed. You can only paint it. Like a bridegroom, you know how bridegrooms are. I don't know to tell bride, then will be a problem. So I'll talk about myself, bridegroom. So how they are painted and brought up with all the dresses, But ultimately, when you go only, you know how they are part are painted. So that happens at the postgraduate level. But the undergraduate level is the one where we have to catch them young. Catch them young. That is the way we have to motto should change, and so that they get motivated to take pharmacology and they take for therapeutics. And without pharmacology and therapeutics, there is no medicine that MD people do not understand. Not me. Many times I have to tell my oncopathologists, without pathology, we cannot treat. We cannot treat. However great I am or however good I am today, without a proof, we cannot treat. So that is the importance of pathology. Same way, without pharmacology, where is the question of my prescribing drugs day in and day out and going on and on? I don't know. How many of you know that without you people, I cannot prescribe a single drug? And new drugs are coming up day in and day out. They are flooded in, particularly in cancer. You go and see them. And all are trying to make it what? Make it what? Make only money out of it, not get the patients get out of it. I don't know whether you know, I'm forced to talk oncology because I don't know anything else. So, after 1990s, paclitaxel came. After gemcitabine. Afterwards, no new anti-cancer drug has come, chemotherapy drug. Everything what is coming out is a small molecule. They call it tyrosine kinase inhibitors, sunitinib, sorafenib, blah, blah, blah. And then immunotherapy. Why, if you look at it, the other angle is they can be given lifelong. So the pharmaceutical companies can make so much money. It's not like 1 cycle, 2 cycles. And they are not cancericidal. They are cancerostatic. It goes on and on and on. And we fall a trap on that. Suppose you become an entrepreneur. You become the pharmaceutical company, you will think of patient-related activities, not the person who has put money. He would like to take money back. You put your knowledge so that you will not bother about making so much money, but do something back to the community and society at large, and patients particularly, for which you and I become doctors. So what I would request everybody, the association and the teachers, is catch the people young, see that you motivate them even in a day-to-day classes, not after getting it, requesting them to get registered. They will. They have to. There is no survival unless you are united. That they will do. But in the young stage, if you are trying to tell the importance, then only this all will be full. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless.
I now request President NPT and Organizing Secretary NAPTICON 2022, Dr. Padmaja Uday Kumar, to kindly give her address.
Respected Director, Father Muller Charitable Institutions, Chief Guest of the Day, dignitaries of the days, all the delegates, and my dear friends, every precious soul present here. I remember a line, Endaro Mahanubhavulu Andariki Vandanamulu. It's a Telugu line which means there are so many great people present here. My pranams to each and every one of you. When being the first President of NPT, I was privileged to organize the first conference, national conference. And this being the first conference, and also with the 4th and 5th COVID wave looming large in the media, we only expected a moderate response. But we got more than double the registrations that we expected. Thank you for your faith in us again. Once we started the NAPTICON journey, there's a saying in Kannada, Mane katti nodu, maduve maadi nodu. Means, in one's lifetime, you have to have the experience of building your house and also getting your probably child married. But I want to add to it, conference maadi nodu. So you should also have the experience of organizing a conference in your lifetime. For an event of this kind, two primary things are required, manpower and money power. So coming to manpower, I had the women power, 6 of us. Though the providence has been fairly unfair to the fairer sex in many ways, I have read somewhere that women are good at multitasking. So the 6 of us, as Sir said, there are no, some time back I had 50, at any given time I used to have 15 postgraduates with me, but now 0, so the only 6 of us. So I revised my permutation combination lessons, and the 6 of us were divided into 16 committees, and we started our journey. At this stage, I must thank A1 Logics for their support. I place on record. Coming to money power, I did not know where I would get my funds from. However, I had some 2 to 3 things I thought would be sure shot. I thought I will definitely get from them. So one of them is my postgraduates who had cleared pharmacology from my department and are placed at reasonably good positions in the industry. So I reached out to them. Then they said, ma'am, we'll get back to you. As usual, they didn't call me, and I called them back after some days. So this boy said, ma'am, when it comes to clinical subjects, we give 10 to 15 lakhs, ma'am. But for pharmacology, we have no funds. I said, hey, you're a pharmacologist, man. And I am not asking you for I am asking you only 2 to 3 lakhs, not 10 to 15 lakhs. I am not going to waste money. He said, ma'am, my boss is also a pharmacologist. But he says there is no funds for pharmacology. Dear friends, I was shaken. The pharmacologist in me was shaken. Why are we where we are? Why did we get into this place where we are nobody's child? Why should we now be crying that we are nobody's child? Why did we get into such a position? You know, some time back, maybe when I joined or maybe a little earlier, pharmacology was taken not as a choice, but because there was no other choice. But when I joined, I should say, 3 of us entered the portals of KMC Manipal. It was a big news. 3 pharmacologists is a big batch. Usually there used to be a 1 PG, half PG. So we were 3 of them, it was big. But despite that, now there are so many pharmacologists here, so many seniors, juniors and postgraduates. We all sat in the comfort zones and were happy being gurus. Yes, but we are gurus, right? But we have therapeutics in our field, pharmacology and therapeutics. We gave a grand ignorance to the therapeutics part of it. We only took pride in teaching, and again I should repeat, we sat in our comfort zones. Therefore, I think there are so many postgraduates here, more than 200 postgraduates here. All of you should pledge, I beg, I plead, I request, I appeal, all of you to envision a day when MBBS, post-MBBS, that is MBBS students who are looking for PG seat will be looking for pharmacology cut off as at the top and not the other subjects, and start working towards it. And I also should remember the efforts of Dr. Kamal. He is also a pediatrician, but he has taken highest interest in pharmacology. He is a pharmacologist come a pediatrician. He has taken so much, it is his heart and soul. So he is working for us. Do you know we have something called DCGI? Do you know any medical pharmacologist in DCGI? No. There is DM clinical pharmacology. Why do we have DM in clinical pharmacology when if DM clinical pharmacology is not heading DCGI, then who is? Who is more eligible than a DM clinical pharmacology person to head DCGI? Similarly, some time back, maybe last month, September end, we all celebrated Pharmacovigilance Week so much. The entire social media of pharmacology groups were filled up our celebration photos and videos and things like that. Yes, we are happy, we did it well. But do you know who was the Sutradhara behind and who made us run around for this? Yes, we did not bother, we did not give our mind to it. Therefore, at least we will support Dr. Kamal in his endeavors. So when I told you that the few things that I expected, that is few sources that I expected for the money source, they didn't work. Trinamapi nachalati tena vina. You know, it is, even the grass does not move without you. That is, I can conveniently take it as Goddess Lakshmi here. But when it didn't work, it was the management of Father Muller Medical College which stood beside me. I have no words to thank them, but I can just say, any letter that goes from my office to our director's office, next day I get the reply and it is sanctioned. Thank you, Father, for all your support. And I request Dr. Kamal to offer a small token of our gratitude, a small memento to our director. Dr. Okay. Father Ajit Menezes, he's our administrator. He's the go-to person in the medical college. He has also supported me in every single step in organizing this event. He had to leave because of another important program he is part of. I remember his, with gratitude, I remember his contribution. I also would want to thank our Dean, Dr. Anthony Silvan D'Souza. He's been a pillar of support to me, as well as the organizing chairperson. Thank you, sir. Please, I request again Dr. Kamal to offer a small memento as a token of our gratitude. I request Dr. Dhaneria to offer a small memento to our Father Jeevan Sikwera, our assistant administrators. Father, please come to accept our. He has also been supporting us, the entire management. Father Nelson Paez, please. Thank you, Father. And our medical superintendent, Dr. Uday Kumar, please. This is not my idea. This is insistence of Dr. Kamal. So no match fixing here. My husband and medical superintendent. So he has helped me both officially and unofficially.
You might have heard that behind every successful man there is a woman, and vice versa is also true. Please give him a big round of applause. He is in constant support 24/7. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dear friends, we have made our earnest efforts to make this an interesting event. If you are happy, we are very happy. But if there are some lacunae, please think you have come to your sister's daughter's wedding where you are also the host. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, we shall officially begin the felicitation program. I request Dr. Amod Kumar Sachin, Professor and Head, Department of Pharmacology, King George Medical University, Lucknow, to kindly occupy his felicitation seat on the dais. Thank you, sir. I request Shri Jitendra P. Veej, Group Chairman, JP Brothers Medical Publishers Limited, to kindly occupy his felicitation seat on the dais. Dr. Amod Kumar Sachin is the Managing Director of the Hind Institute of Medical Sciences, UP, and is the professor and head, Department of Pharmacology at King George Medical University. He is the founding member of over 7 hospitals in India. He awards over 2.5 crore to meritorious students via various scholarships. He also provides mentorship and training to students from low socioeconomic backgrounds. We welcome you, sir, and are honored to have you with us today. Mr. Jitendra Pal Vij has had a distinguished journey of more than 5 decades in the field of healthcare publishing and information services. His contribution left a mark on how the medical publishing has shaped in the country. The company, under his leadership, became the first Indian-made MNC with offices across the globe. He is usually the first one to embrace change. Complete digitization of JP books in the year 2010 is a testimony to the same. Today, JP Brothers Medical Publishers has more than 4,000 active titles, 62 journals, and many exclusive arrangements in the medical societies. We welcome you, sir, and we are honored to have you with us today. I kindly request the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to kindly proceed with the felicitation of Dr. Amod Kumar Sachin. Thank you to the awardees.
Good morning, all the dignitaries available here in this hall and my most favorite students. I'm really overwhelmed by the honor given by this NAPTICON organizers. It is really my proud privilege that I have been a part of this NAPTICON. Personally, I feel that many things are awaited to be done and will be definitely done in near future. I came into this Department of Pharmacology incidentally. I belong to a very poor family from Uttar Pradesh. My parental occupation is the farming. And I started my journey in Department of Medicine. But since very beginning, there was a thought that I should be a successful man in this country. So I shifted after doing 1-year job in the Department of Medicine in KGMU and joined the Department of Pharmacology as a MD candidate. I thought that this will serve my purpose and I will be able to do those things which I cannot do in Department of Medicine just because there was no time left to do any work. That's how incidentally it came. But once I came into the department, I made it clear that I have to do something good for the department and for the society as a whole. I completed my MD in '88, and then because in those days the faculty positions used to come very late, so I remained out of the department for 14 years. In the meantime, I developed many things which you have heard. I have established many hospitals, multi-specialty hospitals. Then I established one medical college, having 100 students of MBBS per year, and MD and MS in almost all the departments. Nearly 2,500 students in that college. Then I opened another medical college in which there is 150 medical students per year, and there's MD, MS in all the departments. This year we are starting DM and MCH program in our medical colleges. So this was a blessing in disguise that I could not get the teaching position in the department. Then 2002, I, along with Dr. Dikshit and a few more friends, I joined into KGMU as an assistant professor. And since then, the journey started. I personally feel that the pharmacology has tremendous opportunities which are really unturned. Our department is one of the oldest departments in the medical history. It was started long back in 1915. And the chair occupied by Professor K.P. Bhargava, one of the eminent scientists and pharmacologists of the country. He gave many things, not only to our college, but to the country. And I am one of the fortunate person that I am occupying the same chair. The day I occupied the chair, I thought that I should definitely contribute whatever best is possible for the country and for our department. I started those programs which were not running successfully. One of them is, of course, a pharmacovigilance. We are very actively participating in our college. Now we are planning a state-level workshop for the pharmacovigilance in Uttar Pradesh so that the pharmacovigilance program can go to each and every hospital, small or big, government or private, and all the district hospitals and government medical colleges and private medical colleges, so that our presence is available everywhere. Everybody should recognize that this is also an important subject. That is the basic idea, to make it popular among common man. Even the pharmacists, among the nurses, among the teachers, everybody should understand the importance of adverse drug reaction, the collection of the data, and sending it to the higher authorities. So that's how we will make this department, this subject as a popular subject. Secondly, we started one of the very difficult thing to do is prescription audit of the clinicians. We have started this program. We are conducting 3 meetings in our department where all the clinical department people, they are coming, sitting together, and we are organizing the adverse drug reaction data collection, 1 meeting, another meeting for the causality assessment, and 3rd meeting for the prescription audit, so that we can improve the quality of prescription in the college. And recently, last week, I presented the data before the Vice Chancellor of our university, and I showed him how many things are lacking in those prescriptions. Really, it is eye-opening. We should always go forward and tell everybody that these things are important. That's how we are making it. Today, the idea which is given by our Vice Chancellor here of the Father Muller University, this is a very good idea that we should sensitize our MBBS students since very beginning. What is the importance of the pharmacology? And how important that it is the only subject, I used to say, this is the only subject which enters into each and every department, whether clinical or paraclinical, everywhere there is a pharmacology. Wherever there is a patient, the drug is there. And wherever the drug is there, the Department of Pharmacology stands. So that's how we should make our presence popular. The only thing is this, that till the child cries, nobody gives the feed. For that reason, I feel that we have to put our tramp up. We should tell everybody that these are the significant things. After the development of the clinical pharmacology, now this department is partially clinical and partially paraclinical. We in the last year, we have gone to the NMC to get the permission to start the DM clinical pharmacology, and we are fortunate that we have got a permission to start the DM clinical pharmacology in our department for 4 seats. The good number, the 4 number of seats for DM clinical pharmacology. I hope that those research will help to the pharmacologist. This is the very good initiative taken by this NAPTICON, particularly Dr. Kamal and Dr. Padmaja and my colleague Professor R.K. Dikshit. I hope that these things will go long way, and we will not only make our presence in the medical colleges, but outside the medical colleges, in the industry and in the government. We will convince them that our presence will make the medical teaching and training and the treatment of the country better, so that once they will understand that this is really important and they can contribute. Today, even all the drugs which are purchased in any of the hospital, there is no pharmacologist. How a drug committee is there and there is no pharmacologist? This is absolutely wrong, and we should make them understand that we are the persons who can guide you to what drugs are to be given permission and what drugs to be purchased. That's how we can make our presence all over India and across the country. And thank you very much for inviting and honoring me in this August gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. With this, I now request Dr. Amod and Mr. Jitendra Palwich to kindly occupy their seats amongst the audience. NPT awards the Lifetime Achievement Award for the outstanding vision, dedication, and commitment in the field of pharmacology. This is indeed a momentous occasion for us. The Department of Pharmacology, in association with MPT, considers this an honor to felicitate a renowned pharmacologist and the author of the textbook Essentials of Medical Pharmacology, Dr. K.D. Tripathi. Sir will be awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award in Pharmacology. And for the same, I now request the President and the Organizing Secretary, Dr. Padmaja Uday Kumar, to kindly read out his citation. Requesting Dr. K.D. Tripathi to kindly occupy the felicitation chair.
The name Tripathi itself carries the radiance of the subject which made every student and teacher subscribe to its author and thereby promote a subject which in turn advanced the acumen of research and innovations. Shriman Dr. K.D. Tripathi, whose earthly journey began on 20th July 1942, has in his professional education excelled throughout his academia in MBBS and MD Pharmacology at Banaras Hindu University. His desire to grow captured the realm of teaching, being an educator for 36 years for the undergraduate program and 31 years for the postgraduate program in the renowned Banaras Hindu University, Delhi University, as well as Pondicherry University. To hone his craft, he trenched on to garner more graces through various training and research programs, namely Marine Pharmacology Research Program of Oklahoma University, USA, Clinical Pharmacology Training Course, workshops on educational science, technology, and research methodologies in India. This not only made him the man he is today, but also an icon for his colleagues and the generations to follow. His commitment led him on to achieve and receive titles like President of India's nominee on the Banaras Hindu University Court. May the inspiring works of your recognition be the desire for all to succeed in trying times. May your works be the foundation for many to build up on. May your name be ever spoken and your work be placed for the future to see. We express our appreciation, affection, and esteem for this great person, a man who deserves every honor for his achievements. To many, he symbolizes all that is optimal in an educator, researcher, and an administrator. To everyone here, he is an icon, an epitome of perfection. For heralding these numerous triumphs, for soaring where others merely strode, and for being a beacon of inspiration for people everywhere, we salute and hail his glorious contribution to the field of pharmacology.
Thank you, ma'am. With this, I now request the esteemed dignitaries to kindly felicitate a stalwart, Dr. K.D. Tripathi. to our esteemed dignitaries. I now request Dr. K.D. Tripathi to speak a few words to the august gathering.
Reverend Father Richard, Director of Father Muller Medical College Society, Dr. Padmaja, President of NPT, Dr. Kamal, the moving soul behind this whole thing, and all the dignitaries on the dais. I have been just asked to take 2 minutes because it's already very late. I can only say that I am so humbled and so overwhelmed by this honor that has been, conferred on me today here. Actually, this is not an honor to me as a person. This is an honor to the idea of pharmacology that this book has helped to propagate. And that is that when we were, as we have always been talking, everyone has perceived that pharmacology is somehow neglected. And that is in a large measure, because of our own, the way we have handled pharmacology. When I was a student and went to the clinical years, we were told whatever you have learnt in pharmacology is redundant and medicine is something different. So when I reached a stage where I could influence this, I thought, let me take this lead. And Mr. Vij, he, came to me, and it is because of his, coaxing and because of the support that he gave, I could propagate this idea of medical pharmacology. That is, unless we prove that we are useful, unless we prove that we are indispensable, we will be neglected. So it is on us to prove that we are useful and find ways and means to show that we are useful. And we become useful to the society, become useful to the, in the treatment of patients, in how the medicine is being practiced, and that is how our importance will come. It's not only in patient care that pharmacologists can be useful, as has been brought out. Pharmacologists can be useful in so many ways. And wherever there is a medicine or drug, there is the role of pharmacologists. So the role of pharmacologists is very broad. And it is for us to assume that role, to, make people aware that, look here, these are fields where we can be useful. First, demonstrate that you are useful. People will come to you. So with these few words, I am again very thankful to NPT, to Professor Kamal, to Professor Padmaja Uday Kumar, and to this institution. I can see it's a great institution, for all the honors that have been done to me, and I'm very humbled. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a brief video about NAPTICON and the organizing members. With this, I now request our director, Reverend Father Richard Coelho, Father Muller Charitable Institutions, and the president of today's program to kindly deliver the presidential address.
We have begun at 10 o'clock. After seeing so many chairs empty, I am bound to say, once the speaker, there are many speakers, and the last speaker, when he started speaking, he saw only one man sitting at the back. So he was very happy. He said, thank you very much, because you are at least one person is there to listen to my speech. Then he said, it seems, I am the man of Shamiana. Next, I am waiting when to remove this. So probably many of you are thinking now when to get out of this hall for a minute, isn't it? Anyway, as the head of this institution, I am very happy to see all of you from different parts of our country to come to Mangalore, and you saw the city of beach and also of fish. So many hotels. I am sure you will enjoy this this evening, and some of you must have already enjoyed. Well, to come to the conference of NAPTICON, Dr. Padmaja Uday Kumar, a former Vice Dean and head of the Department of Pharmacology, when she told us about her presidentship of this NPT, we did not think much about it, because every specialty has an association, and this is just begun first time that they are going to be organized, and therefore that time we felt happy, but with not much glamour, because immediately COVID struck and everything was on a silent mode. But today we realize that the pharmacology, the importance of it, and the journey of NPT has begun, though 2 years ago. It will be taking the momentum from Father Muller Charitable Institution with this conference, NAPTICON, the very first national conference of this specialty. And we are grateful to all the pharmacologists who have begun the journey with the president, the secretary, the vice president, and also the moving engine, Dr. Kamal. I am sure that the journey which has begun, it will be very smooth, and a small tree, as it has been told, that is planted, surely will grow into a biggest shrub or a tree. I would like to just say that we too have 5 seats, MD Pharmacology, but unfortunately for the last 3 years, no seat was taken by any student. 15 seats we have lost. 15 pharmacologists could have been there in the country, but they are not there, but in some other discipline. But today's what head of the Department of Dr. King George Medical College, what he spoke, or what Dr. Vijay Kumar, Vice Chancellor who spoke, and all other dignitaries, how the importance of pharmacology and therapeutics is so important. We, without much thinking, go and take the prescription and go to the pharmacy. But behind that, there are pharmacologists. The role of a pharmacologist is very important also in a medical college hospital. For accreditation for NABH, the medication management is done by the pharmacologist. So also I am sure there is a lot of scope for the research in pharmacology. During COVID time, everyone was trying, drug trials were going on, and pharmacologists have played a major role. And therefore, today, this conference, I am sure, will send the waves across the country, and especially to this part of our state and region, that many of our medical MBBS graduates will be motivated to take pharmacology or MD pharmacology seat in many of the medical colleges, including ours. Because, as Dr. Vijay Kumar rightly said, today the tendency is to work less and to earn more. Especially when we work more, more money will come. And when you work really for the patients, money is not a problem, money will come behind you. But it should not be a vice versa, that we should go behind money. It's not. We should not squeeze the patient for our gain, but rather with empathy that we treat the person. And I really appreciate what Dr. Vijay Kumar said. Our patient-centric treatment should start and not the symptoms or medicine, the treatment that we give. First is the patient, how we speak to him, how we relate to him, how we listen to him. And then the patient also feels comfortable. The patient feels that doctor is very good. He listened to me. He understood me. Or sometimes the patients, I have seen some consultants, just they say, okay, to tell the postgraduate or the senior resident, write this investigation, that's all. And they don't see and neither they talk to the patient. So today, it is an eye-opening program for all of us. And I'm sure pharmacology will take the lead and enlighten so many minds of young medicos, especially undergraduate students, to go further. Not only pharmaceuticals also. For the clinical trial, we need pharmacologists, and even for the research. And not only in the medical college, but rather they can go to the pharmaceutical companies where they can get lot of money when they work hard for these various combinations of medicine. So with this, I thank Dr. Padmaja for organizing this NAPTICON, the very first conference, national conference in our institution, and we are very happy to provide you the facility. This is an old institution, 142 years. It was founded by a German missionary. And we are known for treating the leprosy patients, and for last more than 130 years, we have been treating leprosy patients. And they were housed here for many years. Some of them were for 40, 50, 60 years they were housed. They were thrown out of their houses and they were here. And for this reason, once the former Chief Minister, late S. Bangarappa, he came to visit our institution, and he visited the leprosy hospital, and seeing the patients and inmates, he said, why don't you start MD dermatology? That time there was not even undergraduate program, and I think we are the first college to begin the postgraduate program in MD dermatology without an undergraduate program in the year 1990, and our medical college started in the year 1999. So this is a very speciality of our institution, and this is a poor man's hospital, we say always. People come to this for even sometimes peaceful death to our hospital because of the nursing care that we give. And that is our speciality, and we are happy to tell you this today in this conference. With this, I wish each and every one of you all the best, and expressing my deep sentiments of gratitude for having come over to Mangalore. You will love this city, definitely. It is a small city, but a beautiful and a peaceful city. Have a wonderful session. And I now give you the greetings of our Karnataka Rajyotsava. November 1st is our Karnataka Rajyotsava. And on today, there is Koti Kanta Gayana. That means 1 crore people singing these Kannada hymns in the ship, in the flight, and also in the beaches, and in every medical college and every school and institution. That is the speciality for today. And once again, thank you very much, and may God be with us. God bless.
Thank you, Father, for your message. I now request the Joint Organizing Secretary, Dr. Chandralekha, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, a very good morning to you all. It's my immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks for today. First of all, I thank Almighty for giving this day and for making NAPTICON 2022 a reality. I thank our chief guest, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Professor, Vice Chancellor, Yenapoya deemed to be University, for taking his time in spite his busy schedule and being with us today. Thank you, sir. I thank our Director, FMCI, Reverend Father Richard Aloysius Coelho, for supporting us and being with us today. Thank you, Father. My heartiest thanks to our Administrator, Reverend Father Ajit B. Menezes, for his constant encouragement, support, and guidance. I thank him in his absentia. I also thank our Dean, Dr. Anthony Silvan D'Souza, for his constant support and encouragement, who is also chairperson of a conference. Thank you, sir. My deepest gratitude to our Organizing Secretary, President of National Association of Pharmacology and Therapeutics, Professor and Head, our beloved Dr. Padmaja Uday Kumar, who is the strongest pillar of this NAPTICON 2022, who has brought us all together today under one roof. She has left no stone unturned in making this mega event. Thank you, ma'am. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. C.M. Kamal, Professor and Head, Government Medical College, Shahranpur. He is the founder, national coordinator, and also the biggest driving force of NPT. Sir, you have set pharmacology benchmark really high with your vision and mission. Thank you, sir. I thank NPT Vice President, Dr. S.P. Dhaneria, thank you, sir. Dr. R.K. Dikshit, NPT Secretary, thank you, sir, for all your support and encouragement. I thank Assistant Administrators, MS, Vice Dean, Deputy MS, Deans and Principals and Vice Principals of our sister institutions, heads and faculties of various departments, Executive Committee, Governing Council members of NPT, resource persons for pre-conference workshop, and also the scientific sessions, chairpersons, judges, all the organizing committee members, non-teaching staff of our department. Thank you, everyone. I thank Mr. Praveen and his team from Avon Logics for event management. I thank our sponsors, Delta Healthcare, Medimation, G. Shankar Trust, Udupi, Genberg, Union Bank, and all our sponsors. A big thank you to media fraternity for giving us wide coverage. And my dear volunteers, thank you for joining your hands with us and helping us. Last but not the least, the very important part of my vote of thanks. It's your delegates. My heart is full. Thank you so much for all your overwhelming response and making this NAPTICON a mega event. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे गाए तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you to our esteemed dignitaries, delegates, HODs, faculties, and sponsors. We have now come to the end of this inaugural program.